One crisp Saturday morning, before I could even enjoy my first sip of coffee, I was ambushed at the edge of my front lawn. Standing there, dressed in a flawlessly pressed taupe blazer and slacks, was Linda, the self-appointed guardian of our neighborhood's perfection. She wasn't armed with her usual clipboard this time. No, today she clutched a stopwatch, clicking it with theatrical flair as if my slightly shaggy lawn were the centerpiece of some rogue botanical crime scene. You have exactly 30 seconds to explain why your grass looks like it belongs in a jungle before I call the HOA, the city inspector, and maybe even the fire department, she declared. I stood there, blinking partly in disbelief, partly still waking up trying to process how my modestly overgrown fescue had unleashed this level of suburban fury. It was just grass, green, thriving, perhaps 3 inches taller than the manicured perfection of my neighbor's yards. I opened my mouth to reply, but Linda slashed the air with her hand like a courtroom judge. 25 seconds left. Don't waste them. Now, I'm a laid-back guy. I don't get rattled easily. I savor life's quieter, pleasure-smooth jazz, early morning gardening, watching squirrels bicker over acorns. But something about Linda made my patience fray. This wasn't her first intrusion into my peaceful existence. She'd once griped that my Halloween pumpkins clashed with the neighborhood's aesthetic harmony. She'd lodged a noise complaint over my electric leaf blower at 11 a.m. on a weekend. But this was next-level absurdity. I set my coffee mug gently on the porch railing, clinging to my last threads of CIVY lighty. Linda, I said, it's just grass. She gasped as if I'd spat on her family crest. Just grass? She screeched, then spun on her heel and stormed off, muttering about regulations and setting precedents. I watched her retreat to her housey-up picture-perfect catalog cutout, complete with a fake fruit bowl on the patio. Her curtains twitched. She was always watching. 3 days later, an official HOA complaint arrived, sealed with their gold emblem and Linda's oversized signature sprawling across 2 lines. Your front lawn exceeds the maximum allowable height by approximately 0.75 inches, it read, accompanied by a photo of my grass with a tiny ruler stabbed into it. I couldn't decide what unsettled me more, the precision of her midnight measuring or the sheer effort she'd put into it. I sighed, grabbed my mower, and trimmed the lawn that evening, double-checking the height to avoid further ammunition. For a fleeting moment, I thought it might end there. Surely she'd move on to nag someone about their mailbox shade or recycling habits. I was wrong. Linda was just warming up. A week later, another note appeared. This time, she claimed my grass's rich green hue thanks to a new fertilizer was visually disruptive and threw off the neighborhood's balanced aesthetic. She demanded I neutralize the vibrancy. I reread it 3 times, wondering if I'd stumbled into a dystopian gardening show. I tried reasoning with her during her morning power walk, hoping a face-to-face chat might reveal the madness of it all. Instead, she squinted at a patch of clover near my driveway and hissed, "That's a gateway weed. First clover, then dandelions, then anarchy." She strode off before I could respond. That night, sipping tea on my porch, I pondered what I'd done to earn a nemesis in my own zip code. My brother Jake dropped by, and after hearing the saga, he laughed so hard he nearly spat out his soda. "Man, you should have planted bamboo. Grows 3 feet a day. Will V swallowed her roses in a week." He was joking, but the idea stuck. I pulled up the HOA manual online and scoured it for bamboo rules. Nothing. No bans. No height limits, just vague mentions of non-invasive flora and no physical hazards. I grinned. That was my loophole. Linda didn't know it, but I'm not just some chill lawn guy, I am a systems engineer. I thrive on finding gaps in the code. Where she saw a problem to squash, I saw an opportunity to exploit. If she wanted a turf war, I'd give her one, not with rage, but with strategy. With bamboo. Over the next few days, I researched clumping bamboo, non-invasive, fast-growing, and perfectly legal. I ordered starter plants from a nursery in Oregon, prepped the soil, and mapped out planting zones where the sun would fuel their ascent and eventually shade Linda's pristine flower beds. When the bamboo arrived, I felt like a mastermind unpacking a secret weapon. The short, leafy shoots looked harmless, but I knew their potential, botanical dynamite. As I planted the first stalk, I pictured the roots digging in, gearing up for an unstoppable climb. Linda peeked from her window, probably assuming I was sowing daisies. Oh, Linda, you meticulous fool, you had no idea what you'd unleashed. By the time the shoots hit waist height, she materialized across the street, arms crossed, jaw slack. What is that? She demanded. I smiled. Just a little greenery. You know, embracing nature. Her eyes narrowed, gears VY sibly grinding as she searched for a rule to wield. But I'd double-checked everything. She had nothing yet. Within a week, my yard morphed into a scene from a nature documentary. The bamboo, still under 2 feet, surged upward with quiet ambition. Linda's roses, once smugly VY-sible from every angle, vanished behind a thickening green curtain. She made her next move on a Thursday afternoon. I returned from the store to find her on her lawn with a landscaper in a neon vest, pointing at my bamboo while clutching a highlighted HOA rulebook. I waved. She glared. That evening, a laminated note appeared on my door. The bamboo is psychologically disruptive, excessively tall, and known to devalue property through aggressive VY-BES. Aggressive VY-BES. I laughed so hard I nearly fell off my porch. Linda wasn't done. She went door to door with a clipboard, rallying neighbors for an emergency HOA vote to ban bamboo retroactively. Most slammed their doors. A few grabbed her cookies before declining. Word spread. Linda was waging war on plants, and no one cared to enlist. Better yet, neighbors quietly rallied behind me. The Hendersons left fertilizer on my porch. The retired couple across the street flashed thumbs-ups daily. Even grumpy old Mr. Tate whispered, "Good luck." Apparently, Linda had been everyone's nuisance for years. My bamboo was their silent revolt. Then I found footprints near my bamboo fresh, sneaky in a broken drip tube, the kind used for targeted herbicide. My stomach sank. Someone had tried to poison my plants. Thankfully, the bamboo shrugged it off, growing stronger than ever. I checked my doorbell cam and caught Linda's landscaper skulking in the pre-dawn hours, jamming the tube into the soil before bolting. I uploaded the clip to TikTok with dramatic music and the caption, "When HOA Linda tries to murder plants." It blew up 100,000 VYUs overnight. Comments cheered the bamboo, roasted Linda, and offered legal tips. A gardening influencer dubbed it the most satisfying revenge planting ever. Local news ran a segment, "Bamboo Battle Splits Quiet Suburb." I declined an inter-VYEW, but laughed for hours. Linda called an emergency HOA meeting. Only her cat-obsessed friend and a stray raccoon showed up. Her motion to ban aggressive plants flopped for lack of quorum. Meanwhile, the bamboo hit 8 feet, casting a permanent shadow over her garden. Her hydrangeas wilted, her solar lights dimmed, her yoga sessions turned gloomy. She unraveled daily, and the neighborhood watched with glee. By week 3, my yard was a bamboo fortress 10 feet and climbing. Linda's roses sank into despair. She stood by her window in an oversized sun hat, binoculars in hand, as if the bamboo might attack. Her Facebook rants escalated blurry photos of my yard, wild claims of jungle lawlessness. But the comments backed me. Mrs. Lee planted wildflowers. The Carter kids painted their fence blue. Mr. Tate let his grass grow, claiming a nature VYB. A quiet uprising bloomed, and I was its accidental hero. Linda upped the ante, calling a county inspector with claims of wildlife inciting bamboo. The board inspector measured a few stalks, found no violations, and complimented my landscaping. Linda fumed. Days later, she staged a one-woman protest pacing her lawn with a sign, "Say no to bamboo tyranny," her cat in a matching bandana. I ate popcorn on my porch, stifling laughter. Then her landscaper struck again. My new birdhouse cam caught him snipping leaves at midnight until my motion lights blinded him. He tripped, fell into a plant, and fled. I posted the clip. Linda's henchman returns. Bamboo 2, trespassers 0. It went VY-RAL. News crews returned. I gave a brief inner VYEW, citing my legal rights. Linda filed a restraining order, alleging mental harassment via plants. The judge dismissed her 27-page bamboo conspiracy with an eye roll. The HOA meeting that followed was chaos. Neighbors aired years of Linda's grievances: lawn chair angles, flower hues. Then a bombshell: Linda was never elected president. She'd crowned herself at a barbecue, unchallenged. The room erupted in applause as her reign dissolved. She stormed out, vowing to leave. I declined. The presidency nomination plans were my fight, not pool schedules. A month later, Linda sued me for emotional distress and VY Sewell intimidation via Flora. My cousin lawyer, Max, called it a comedy script. In court, her binder of bamboo photos flopped against our footage and HOA rules. The judge dismissed it, suggesting Linda embrace shade. 2 nights later, my cam caught her pruning my bamboo in a hoodie. She fell, lost a shoe, and hopped away. Linda's midnight gardening went VY Rao memes, remixes, a mural followed. The fire department came next. Linda claimed my yard trapped her. They took selfies with the bamboo and left. She faded, her HOA power gone. Rebecca, our new sensible president, passed a grow what you love rule. We threw a garden. Part of me bamboo arches glowed with lanterns. A magazine featured my yard, from grass to greatness. Linda got a copy of my satirical kids' book, Linda and the Angry Grass. Her trash overflowed with shredded pages. 6 months on, my bamboo hit 20 feet. A local gem. Linda's for sale sign failed. Her shaded yard tanked her appraisal. The neighborhood thrived. Koi ponds, sunflowers, herbs. I built a deck under my bamboo, wrote more, lived more. A note appeared one day, and signed but in Linda's scrawl. Your grass is still too tall, but the bamboo. It's kind of pretty. I smiled. Peace settled in, rustling through the leaves. Nature and patience had won.